The man never expected that the Minotaur race in another world would be so huge that the temporary houses he built were completely unusable. Left with no choice, he could only let them stay in the inn's main hall. And besides the Minotaurs, there were other races wanting to move in. Because war had broken out in the Magic Kingdom, refugees were everywhere now. But for such a remote village, the second group, the Centaurs, acted extremely arrogant. They not only demanded the man introduce himself first, but also claimed they were attendants of a Viscount's family, and therefore deserved the best treatment. However, her arrogance was quickly shattered, because any random woman in the man's harem was someone she couldn't afford to offend. Even the girl in charge of reception was the second daughter of an earl's family, compared to that, being just a servant of a Viscount. Mightiant, she was basically nothing. Not to mention she had just been rude to the village chief. Thinking about it now made her feel terrified, but the man didn't take it to heart, and continued arranging housing for the Centaurs. Yet the same problem remained. The houses here weren't suitable for them either, so he could only temporarily send them to a nearby dungeon. Just as the man was worrying about what to do with the new houses, the third group of refugees arrived. On the surface, they looked like young women, but in reality they were rare tree spirits. They could assimilate into plants to avoid attacks from monsters because their homeland had been cut down by humans. They suffered floods, and were now searching for a suitable place to live. On the way, they heard about the man's village from merchants, so they crossed the deadly forest to get here. Hearing that they came all this way, the man planned to prepare some food for them, but the tree spirits said it wasn't necessary. They had seen the fruits brought out of the village by merchants, and soil that could grow such excellent fruit was exactly what they needed. As they spoke, they started photosynthesizing in the fields. Seeing this, the man couldn't help but complain how ridiculous it was, but he quickly remembered the important question, and asked where they planned to live. These newly built houses matched their size perfectly. However, the tree spirits said they only wanted to stay outdoors. They preferred places with good sunlight. This gave the man a headache, since his new houses were still useless. And at night, the tree spirits were even more outrageous. They could actually light themselves up. The man could only comfort himself that he needed to get used to it soon.
Wait! Pretend to be my boyfriend for 2 weeks. I'll pay.
Romance, mystery, adventure, free to play.